What's up, everybody? How are you tonight? This is Doc Val with Brown Sugar Confessions that you can get only live on Power 1017. Welcome to the show if you've been tuning in with us for almost a year now. And if you're new to the show, welcome. We're excited that you're here. We talk about sex and relationships and pop culture and basically anything we feel like talking about. So, without me continuing to talk and bore you guys, do you see these beautiful co hosts down here? Maybe you don't see them because you're not on YouTube. But if you were on YouTube at Browser Confessions, you will see them tomorrow. So, I'm going to bring up the beautiful and always perfect Miss Trice. How are you tonight, love?
I'm good. Hi, everyone. I am enjoying spring has sprung here in upstate New York. And oh my gosh, it was 70 degrees here today, y'all.
Hey.
Oh, yay. Spring has sprung here too in Delaware. Yes.
I lost my mind for a minute, y'all. I put on my hoochie shorts and went outside, but it was too cold. Too cold.
Yes, it has sprung. Miss T, what's up with you from the ATL?
Oh man, it's another beautiful day in the A. It's officially baseball season here, so I got to deal with Braves traffic.
Okay.
On top of everything else, but outside of that, it's been pretty good. I've enjoyed the weather so far. The weather is trying to stabilize, so we're hitting mid 70s, almost 80s. So it's been pretty good.
Spring is here, and so is the pollen.
Yes, very much so.
KD from Wilmington, what's up with you?
Hey, it was so wonderful last week. We've had some amazing weather. I am so ready for the summer now because, we're pretty much in spring now. So now I'm like ready for the 85 degrees so I can put my shorts on.
Right.
But in a week, I'm going to be celebrating a very important day.
What's that?
What's happening?
I'll be that big 4-0.
Hey.
So I am heading to Puerto Rico.
Oh,
and
nice.
I am just so super excited, guys. Y'all have no idea.
Hey.
Oh, that is good for you. I hope you are able to come on the show from Puerto Rico and talk some mad trash about them. If you see on TikTok, this lady, she's like, Puerto Ricans. I love me some Puerto Ricans. Y'all seen her?
Some Puerto Ricans. Yep.
Yeah, she calls them Puerto Ricans. I love me some Puerto Rican hair. I love me some Puerto Rican hair. It's on TikTok. It's crazy. She pissed at it so much about her love of Puerto Ricans. But I hope when you go to Puerto Rico, you can talk to us about those gorgeous Puerto Rican men down there and gorgeous ladies.
Look forward. So let me ask you guys. I heard around the town, like little birdies are buzzing, that unfortunately, at however months pregnant she is right now, Rihanna just broke up with that ASAP guy.
A$AP Rocky?
ASAP.
No.
What?
No. You're lying.
This is alleged at this point because this is just rumor mills. However, the word around town is that she broke up with him because he was cheating on her with Amina Maldi. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Hopefully I did.
Who's that?
What makes that really bad is that's one of her designers. She's one of the Fenty shoe designers.
Oh no!
Oh, I pray it's not true. Not Rocky. ASAP Rocky and Rihanna.
I never quite understood what that was about in the first place because let me tell you something. If I had the looks, the background that she has, if I had the kind of money she had, ain't no way I'd be with an ASAP as soon as possible Rocky. I just don't quite get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's like you can have everyone in the world and you choose some rapper that I've never heard of him other than being with her. Like I really don't know him. But I hope that you are okay, Rihanna. I'm going to throw it out there because I know Trice is going to throw it out next. But you can hit me up because dudes, forget them.
Hit our lines. We got you, Rihanna.
brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com, Riri.
Riri, talk to us. We're gonna talk you down, girl. We're gonna talk you through this because that's horrible.
Talk you down, talk you up, talk you sideways.
That just cannot be true. I pray that's just one of those ugly urban legend rumor mills, and it's not true. Because we root for Riri for ASAP, whatever his name is. She should have stuck with that billionaire in the Middle East, but we just
right.
I'm gonna be cheated on. I'd rather be cheated on by a billionaire.
Okay.
Right.
Exactly.
At least somebody that owns a couple of cheetahs.
Exactly, right? I can feed an effort to the cheetahs. But anyway, talking about craziness, that's horrible. I hope it's not true. But that's a good segue though into our show tonight, KD, because I'm going to talk about soul ties.
Oh?
Yeah. So here's what happened. I got interviewed by Cosmopolitan magazine.
Hey,
I was so super excited. And I actually got featured by Cosmopolitan. And they wrote an article. Thank you, Miss Trice. She's clapping for me back there. So if you're listening to the show, we're going to actually have the link for the article on our Brown Sugar Confessions page. We're also going to have probably the link here, so you can link down here on the video when you watch it on Thursday, and on Instagram and all of our various social media platforms. We're going to share this article, and it was about soul ties. And we often hear the word soulmates, but not soul ties. And when I was asked to do the article and to be featured on it, I knew that there were so many different types of soul relationships, soul ties, or spiritual connections. And I think this was the first time I really heard someone go deep, such as a Cosmopolitan, and to soul tie. So I was really quite honored that they asked me to do it. So we're going to piggyback off of that tonight. We thank them for, the interview. We're going to hashtag them. So please, I'm sure you're following Cosmo, but if you're not, follow and share Cosmopolitan. It had over 45 million hits, which is crazy, that article. So y'all better get with us when we get rich and famous, because then our autograph's going to be costing something. So let's just jump right into the show tonight, shall we, ladies? And let's talk about soul ties. So first of all, what is a soul tie? Who wants to jump in on that? I'm going to go last because I have my own feeling what a soul tie is.
I'm going to go with somebody who has tied your soul down. You belong with them now.
So what is that? What does that mean? What do you mean tied your soul down?
Tie them down. Like, how sometimes when you're with somebody and they just do all the right things and make you feel the right way, but it don't feel like love. It feel like everything else. Like, when you get like eggplant lips, like that's the tie. That's the tie.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's what I think of when I hear like a soul tie. Like, this is somebody that where if they're near you, it's on. Okay. It's more of a physical thing to me. I don't know if that's Tracy and KD may view it a little differently.
KD, what do you think soul tie is? I want everyone to jump in on this.
I actually agree with her. So I believe from what I've read some years ago about soul ties and what I was told from one of my spiritual mentors was that when you have certain kinds of relationships with people, so if you have sexual relations, if you have other kinds of interaction, that can be done through long periods of touch. It can be done through contact in some other physical way. You could do it through putting things into people's food. You can do things to create a soul tie that way. And a lot of times you can have, we have soul ties probably a lot of times without some intention or very specific or known intention. But a lot of them are positive, but most of them, or the ones that a lot of times people are trying to break, are usually negative. So like if you just can't get rid of this guy, like no matter what, they keep coming back, or if you have a person that you just can't seem to shake, that's usually a soul tie.
Okay, I like that. And Trice, our spiritual guru back there, I know you. I noticed something right up your alley. So you and I are going to be going at this. I can tell. What's a soul tie in the spiritual world?
So from my understanding, how I see a soul tie is the best way I can describe it as a Virgo is think of an extreme infatuation with the person and times it by 1,000,000. So that means you're almost going to see them as if the world ends and begins with them. The time that they come into your life, it is perfect timing. You literally forget your friend, your family, your other obligations to be with this person. When you are sometimes you have a soul tie, you also, and I use this word very loosely, trauma bond with them. You can come together over likehood traumas, like childhood traumas, how your mother raised you, how your father raised you, or maybe it was your grandparents and you didn't get enough attention. So you add that yarn onto what is already seems like kismet to you, like this is divine perfection. Like, who are you? And then you add the sexual component onto that, which in turn can add, I'm not going to lie, it can be very passionate. Almost to the extreme where you cannot see past this person. So that's kind of a brief definition of a soul tie for me.
That's good. I think all of you guys are right on. When I talked about soul tie, there's all types of different love. And I think the most intensive, I heard someone say, is the soul tie type of love. It's very, very intense. And the definition that was defined in the article was a deep and powerful bond to another person, emotionally, intimately, and physically. And it's usually much deeper than any romantic or friendship that you could have with some of the feeling. It is that of they're connected to you and you can't even understand why. Even if they're out of your life, you still feel this energetic connection to this person. And so that is what we talked about in the article, is what an actual soul tie is. But all of you guys were spot on. And so we want you guys to do us a favor. If you're listening to this show, send us an email if you've ever had a soul tie, and talk about the experience. Just give us a few lines about how do you know it was a soul tie, and what did you do to break the soul tie. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. Miss KD, have you ever had a soul tie?
I believe so. I've definitely had people that I actually, I'll tell you a story. I've actually hired someone to break a soul tie before. So, and it was
What? Wait, no, go back. You did what? You can't just drop that on us. What?
I hired someone to help me break a soul tie before.
So there's a soul tie breaker?
I mean, there's soul tie makers. Why can't there be breakers?
Breakers, of course.
Oh, okay. All right. So talk to me. All right, go ahead.
So I don't want to go too deeply into the process, because even during the process, I was told to keep everything secret. I had to do a lot of things in order to keep that energy away. And so I can't really discuss the details of it, but I'll just say that it was definitely life-changing. I even felt things within myself. Like I got very angry, like things that normally wouldn't make me angry. During this process, I started processing things in a much different way, in which I was just mad, like, oh my God, how could you do this? And they were like, people were like, what's wrong with you? So I think that going through the process was very it was tough. It was hard because it was, even though I thought mentally I was very easily ready to let this person go, but when you're pulling that kind of energy back out of you, it creates a lot of disturbances in your energy. So yes, in short or in long, I have.
Wow. So how did you know it was a soul tie? How did it show up in your life or in your body?
Well, I knew because this was someone that I was ready to get out of my life. And despite efforts that I made, they would always be right there again. Like, it's like, okay, I'm gone. This person's done. I'm done with them. And then they're still right there causing major problems in your life, no matter what you do. And it's like, you just can't shake them. And to a point where it's just like, okay, fine, I'll deal with you. So it was this, it's not like I felt like some deep love or admiration. Actually, that person's the one that had this deep love and infatuation that I couldn't get them to shake. So breaking a tie not only helped get them off of me and break their connection to me, but it actually helped calm their own soul so they wouldn't have such anger and passion towards me.
Wow, that's amazing. So was it like, so it was a romantic soul tie that you had?
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that, in the soul tie manifestation world, you can have friendship soul ties, marriage soul ties, there's sex soul ties, and even business soul ties. It doesn't just really have to be about intimacy. And I think people oftentimes don't think that you can have soul ties in many different areas of your life. And I think it's fascinating that there was someone out there that you actually went to help break it. That's interesting. Tracy Love, what about you? Have you ever had a soul tie?
Yes, I have, and I broke them.
So she says them. So I guess it was more than one soul tie?
Yeah, there were, you want me to get explicit? Yes, there was familiar soul ties. There were friendships. There were businesses. And then there was an intimate relationship that I needed to just not be involved with anymore. And I did the work. I did the work myself, and I cut cords, cut, cleared energy, all of it, called all my original energy back. And it got to the point, if you're ever going to do this, or if you've ever had this done, sometime, like KD says, they will try to reinitiate the contact with you, the cord with you, to keep getting fed from you. And you have to continually break it. This is not a one-time thing. This is a thing that you may have to do a few times, depending on the situation and depending on how that cord fits in you. You might have to do it a couple of times. So, but yeah, I've done it before. I did my own work, and I do it for my clients.
So you do. So you're one of the type of people that Katie would have called to help break soul tie.
Yes.
So, like, can you share, or maybe not? I don't know. I know nothing about breaking it, so to speak, and But can you share, like, how do you break a soul tie?
Well, depending on the situation, depending on how aggressive it is, and depending on if that situation is abusive or not, there are a couple of things that can happen. One, we need to go through, and we need to, if you're a male or woman, or you don't define your gender, we're probably going to do some root and some sacral cutting of cords. That means you need to go in, especially if you've had intercourse with people, we need to cut those, because those ties are the strongest. I won't get into the ritual that I do, but there are levels to it. Sometimes it can be as easy as you sitting there saying, I'm cutting cords with this person. I mean, regularly it's not. And you call back your energy. But when you call that energy back, you also have to sever that cord, because you unknowingly can also reconnect the cord by thinking of them too deeply. You can reconnect it. And that is a way for them to be like, oh, they're thinking of me. And then they start thinking of you. And then boop, it's connected again. There are certain things that you can do, especially hoodoo and voodoo related, that I can make you probably never think of that person again.
Wow, y'all hear that? She can make you never think. That's
It's
really
deep.
deep. So, Tree, so here's a question. So, you do this for a living? You offer this as a service?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So, if our listeners wanted to reach out to you, if they're going through a soul tie, can you share how they can reach out to you?
Sure.
Like, I didn't expect that.
You can reach out through me to me through through Instagram. That is constantly shared on Brown Sugar Confessions. Just reach out and say what you're needing to do. I do not advertise my services because I don't want the masses coming to me. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Got it.
I work with a select group of people, and these people have to be responsible for their own lives. I'm not going to mother hen you. So if you want to reach out to me, go to the Brown Sugar page, find me at Trice's PCs, hit me up. If you're friends on Facebook, I'm sure you can find me that way, but definitely reach out. I have a special ability to do this, and I've done this for a lot of people that we know I've done this for.
Wow, that's fascinating. I did not know. I did know you work in that realm, but I did not know that there was actually a dedication of a soul tie breaker. I found that's very fascinating. And if you want to reach out to us about your soul tie, you can contact us at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. And if you want Trice specifically, just in the email, just say, I would like to have Trice contact me because blah, blah, blah. And we'll make sure that she gets that email. But please, reach out to us and share your experience on soul ties. If T, what about you? Have you ever had one?
Well, I was thinking about that as you guys were talking, and I don't know if I can consider an actual soul tie, or if I can consider it just me being naive and stupid. I think I've had a familial soul tie, or a familiar friendship soul tie. But unfortunately that got broken because my favorite person passed away. Bless his soul. But he was my familial and friendship soul tie. But in terms of like romantic soul ties, I think there were some people that I was attached to when I was dating them and or messing around with them. And then I remembered that you know what, this person ain't good for me. And then it got to the point where I pretty much said, I'm no longer dealing with you. And also if anybody ever tried to bring them up, I'd be like, nope, I would not even say their name. And eventually it faded. And that's one of the running jokes with me and my close group of friends, is that is somebody that they know that I have cut ties with. They're like, they'll either say Voldemort or he who cannot be named.
Wow. Fascinating. Well, what we want you guys to do is, we don't want you guys to go anywhere at all. Just stay with us. And I know for myself, I've had a soul tie. I've had several soul ties. And I've had a friendship soul tie with one of my best friends that we are not communicating with because of her job circumstance. But there's a constant need for me to have her in my life. I constantly think of her. I want to reach out. I have anxiety because on her birthday, I want to contact her. I want to go by her house and see how she's doing. And it sometimes it causes me a little bit of, as I said, anxiety, because I feel like I want to reach out. But then if I do, I don't want to be like I'm bothering her. Because I know, our paths have kind of changed a little bit, but we still have a lot of love for each other. And I feel like I want to reach out to her, but I need to give her space so that she can do what she's doing in her life. But my mind is always on her, and there's a huge missing in my soul because she's not there. And so, as I mentioned, soul ties can look like anything and can be with around any type of relationship.
All right, guys. And at that, it is time for us to pay some bills. So grab your drink, grab your snack, take a quick potty break, and we will be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody, here to Brown Sugar Confessions on Power 1017. Thanks for hanging out with us. We are back. We are here ready to talk about our soul ties and soulmates conversation. We're going to get a little more into that. But before we do, if you ever want to talk to the Fabulous Four here at Brown Sugar Confessions, you can always reach out to us at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. Or if you want to talk to this lovely goddess, Dr. Val herself, you got things you want to confess that you don't want the rest of us to hear about, and you want just her to hear about it, contact her at Valerie at Swan, SWA, 2 N's, center.com. She'll reach out to us. She probably won't tell us, but I feel like you should just reach out to all of us so we can all help you. But we understand if you want Doc Val by herself, you get Doc Val by herself. Just contact her at Valerie@swancenter.com or contact all of us at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. And if you haven't already, make sure that you are following us on Facebook and Instagram. Also, you can always catch the replays on YouTube the day after we record. So we are recording here 11 p.m. on Power 1017. So midnight. So like what, in the next 10, 30-ish minutes?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Then the show will be on YouTube. So if you miss it today, you'll just catch it in a few minutes. So
exactly.
Moving back into our conversation. But before we get into that, we got a hot topic to cover, if I remember correctly, right?
Yep. Y'all listen. Get your drink.
All right.
Get your drink.
Wait.
I love Tree's Hot Topics. Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
So what we're going to talk about is...
Can I put the drink to my mouth first?
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay.
Do I need to put the drink down or can I keep it up?
You won't want to take a sip.
Okay.
So according to the New York Post, a TikTok was put online where the individual that owns the TikTok said that she found out that her waxer was posting a video of her getting waxed on Fans Only. She had to she saw it, recognized her tattoos and her birthmarks, and wrote the waxer and said, "You better take this video down now." And the waxer responds with, "Oh, I was going to write you to see if that was okay if I posted." Yes. And then she writes back and is like, "Don't get upset. It's a good video." And then she goes, "I'll send you $150 through PayPal. Is that enough for you?"
I can't keep my drink up to this. Hold on. Let me put this back down.
Hold on, because I just want to make sure we're clear. What kind of waxing did she get done?
This is the Brazilian kind of waxing.
Oh,
her legs were in the open butterfly position. If you've ever been waxed, you know that position.
Oh,
that is when
knees apart,
feet together, bottoms of your feet together.
Yep.
Yes. So you saw everything, and she posted this video without this woman's consent, and I'm disgusted by it.
Oh,
one, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. That is a very intimate setting. And you are in a trusted place. When I go get waxed, I personally assume it's like my OBGYN. What you see is what you see, and you don't talk about this to nobody else.
Exactly, right?
Oh my.
But she offered her $150.
First of all,
shame.
And she said, "I'm already getting tips on it. I'll split them with you."
Hold on. Wow. Even TikTok content creators get more than $150 for a video. You got my hoo-ha out here on Al Gore's internet, and I'm only getting $150 for it.
You got the hoo-ha. That's crazy. That is crazy. So it's like nothing you can do right now. It's like, where's the privacy and respect of someone, right? Exactly. Everyone, you just don't know anymore. So that's just crazy that someone would. That's a huge violation.
What I want to say is I think quit playing games with people and out the person that did this, because if she's done it to you, she's done it to somebody else, and they don't know it. They don't know it, and she is literally earning money earning money, and keeping it for herself. Like, yo, we about to be soul tied because we going to court.
Speaking of the soul tie, and that's the point we want to get about the show. If you heard us at the beginning, we spoke about soul tie in the article that came out in Cosmo and I was interviewed on. But soul ties, the concept around a soul tie is that it's oftentimes not healthy. That is something that I want people to understand. There's many different kinds. We're going to get into that a little later on. But when it's a soul tie, it's not exactly a healthy situation to be in. And I often talk to my clients about setting your own personal boundaries, taking care of your mental and emotional health, staying away from that person if there's been physical and emotional abuse. There are things that you have to do in order to protect yourself when you're feeling that you have a soul tie with someone, because it feels like you can go down a rabbit hole spiritually and emotionally. How many have experienced that? I know I have. I'm just curious. I can't be the only one. Anybody else experienced that? Feeling like you just cannot get out of this kind of, this soul tie?
It looks like
this. No, I got out of mine. No.
It looks like this. And then you realize you either going to keep doing this, or you're going to be like, I can't be like this anymore because this is the look.
Yeah.
It's like this.
It's
like this. And if you want to know what this look is, you're going to have to get on YouTube to find out.
Get on YouTube. She's looking all cray-cray down there, but yes, check her out. But I already asked Trice, how do you break a soul tie? And you gave us some ideas. And, I've never went to anyone to break a soul tie. But what I did once was I used an egg and rubbed it on this person. That was a romantic soul tie.
Wait, you did the egg thing to your person, and you ain't even telling me, like, you know what?
I
think I'm about to blessing you. I'm breaking this whole tie down. Just start speaking in like random vowels.
I did, and then I made sure the egg wasn't cracked, and I buried the egg. And maybe it's symbolically that it worked for me, but it worked for me. So, Trice, can people make up their own ritual around how to break a soul tie? Because there's no scientific proof really about a soul tie.
Sure. Look, I'm going to tell you to be intuitively led. If you want to search online how to cut cords and break a tie, go out, Google it. I'm going to tell you right now, Google it. But what I'm going to say to you is when you Google it and you're looking at these things and you're going to perform these things, you really have to be sure that this is what you're wanting to do, because what's going to happen is once you do that and you start thinking about this person again, or you start just letting your mind wander, that tie is going to come back, and it is going to come back stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Because it knows like, and what's going to happen is they're going to think about you and it's going to come back stronger. And then you have to work 3 or 4 times as hard to get rid of this soul tie. So be intuitively led. Of course, search on the internet, do your research, and then do the work, right? But use your intuition and let's be smart about it. Do not do anything where it says like, oh, you need to hurt something or someone to do this. No. That is not true.
Okay.
Not true.
I'm glad you said that.
We don't condone violence against person and or animals.
Yes, exactly. I do not at all. You don't have to. This can be a self-initiated working.
I like that, self-initiated working. That makes sense. So, we talked about soul ties because of the article, but there's also other types of spiritual ties that one can have, right? Mm-hmm. So what about a soulmate? A soulmate is different than a soul tie, right?
Is it?
This is what I'm going to tell you. A soulmate can be just like a soul tie. It can be if you're looking at a soulmate, your soulmate is your mirror. So if you're doing ugly things in your life, your soulmate is going to be that mirror of that. So you're going to have a really messed up relationship. Not all soulmates are bad. Soulmates can be friends, family, even a pet. Like soulmates can be anything.
Can soulmates be kids? Because I've been noticing like a lot of people be like, man, this kid is like an exact mirror of me. And if you're thinking about it like that, some people's soulmates are their children.
Yes, absolutely. And it is your responsibility to look at that mirror and clear up some stuff in your own self. It is not for you to clear it up in them. It is for you to clear it up in yourself. There are soulmates. Sometimes soulmates are like great mirrors for you, and they show you like where you've been a little bit of too much of a bleeding heart, or they can be a negative thing. There are life partners, there are twin flames, there are...
Now, what's twin flames? I've heard that from you a couple of times. What is a twin flame?
That's the one I hear all the time. They'd be like, oh my God, I'm looking for my soulmate or my twin flame.
Yeah. So
is he the one?
Okay. When people say they're looking for their twin flame, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think a lot of people even understand what a twin flame is. They see it as this a twin flame. We've been destined across the eons to meet each other. But for real, y'all have both been running from each other for what? Like, think about it. Like a twin flame, I want you to think about it. Let's think of the figure 8. Imagine that in your mind. And you are an energy on the figure 8, and they are an energy on the figure 8. And your energy is matching. It's going. That is a twin flame. You share an energetic signature. You're going to find each other through lifetimes, through different situations, and they're going to continually pop up. And you may even have recognized them from another lifetime. Twin flames, there's usually a runner and a chaser. One of the twin flames will be like, oh, come and get me. And they chase, and you never seem to match up. And if you get together romantically, it can either be glorious, like you can be a beacon for other twin flames to say this is a healthy twin flame relationship, or it can be wholly disastrous. Just like a soulmate, just like a soul tie. Again, when you meet your twin flame, sometimes those relationships become horribly codependent. And you don't even realize it because you just think it's my twin flame and we're going to do amazing twin flame things together. No, you're not. Clear up your karmic debt, people. Clear it up. We're trying to get to the 5D.
We trying to get to 5D? I thought 5D was already here, like giving people cancer and whatnot.
No, that's the chips. That's the chips.
That's 5G.
Oh, my bad.
That's 5G.
There you go.
And,
get it straight.
And with the twin flame, there are also life partners. These are the partners that come into your life that absolutely feed your creativity, that feed your love, that offer you protection. And you may not have ever seen yourself with this person, but they fit so perfectly in your life. But life partners ask you to address your trauma. Life partners ask you to heal. Life partners offer you the safety and security to do all of these things under this umbrella that they are here to protect and love you. So having a soulmate is not... When people say, this is my soulmate, I literally equate that to, this is my Romeo and Juliet. Like, okay,
you know how that worked. Everybody died in that story.
Yeah, we know how that works. So when you tell me that's your soulmate, I don't see anything good. Now tell me that's your life partner, and I'm applauding you and I'm watching the beauty of that relationship.
Yeah, I often thought my husband and I were soulmates, but hearing you explain it, I think we're life partners.
You know it.
Yeah.
You know it. When you meet your life partner and you're with them, like people outside cease to exist, and you see that person as like, that is love. That is protection. That is wisdom. That is where my future goes. They're my home. That's my home.
That's
not
home.
This, not that. That's my home. And
that's
you know, soulmate, nah, that's no. I want that life partner. Yeah, look, I want that life partner. Life partner feeds you. Life partner protects you. Life partner offers you the chance to be the greatest that you can be in your life.
I like that. Okay. Yes, I definitely have a life partner in my husband. Okay. And when I met him, and I actually there was like a chemical change in the smell in my brain. I can't even describe it, but it was a physical change. And I knew, and he said the same thing, that within 5 minutes of meeting him, I was going to marry him. I knew it. And within an hour, he told me he loved me.
Aww.
It was that fast. And I was like, okay, like, what's my name going to be? You know, I didn't even know this.
So
But
Radio
I was not
Land.
prepared.
Yeah,
That's
Radio
how it
Land. So we
is.
need to like upgrade from soulmates and twin flames to life partners.
Life partner is where it's at. It really is. And I can only say this because I've met my twin flame.
Know your twin flame. How did you know?
We crazy story.
Okay.
When we met, we went to this weird place and we dropped some acid.
Okay.
I mean, because this is what we do with twin flames, apparently.
I wasn't ready.
We get in trouble together.
Okay.
We get in trouble together.
Spicy. I'm spicy with the red hair today.
Okay.
But when we went in, we sat down and we did this integrated meditation. We literally came back with the same information. Like I recognized him from past lives, past trauma in my past lives. And I was like, you were there. And he goes, yeah, I was this person on the horseback. And I'm like, that's how I knew. And then the way our energy synced up, we could feed off of each other. It was really weird. Like we could feed off of each other. That's how I knew he was my twin flame. Did it work out? No, because twin flames are the runner and the chaser, right? Mm-hmm. But I do know that in this lifetime, we will meet again, right? And we'll be in certain different circumstances. And hopefully he's cleared up his karmic debt and he's ready to like be mature. But until then, I can't do that because it doesn't align with my journey. But when I met my life partner, I'm going to tell you, it wasn't immediate. I'm going to be honest. It was summertime. I was looking for hot girl stuff and I was not looking for anything serious. But what I'm going to tell you is that within maybe a day or so of talking to this person, my brain chemistry was different. I was thinking differently. And it wasn't like, how can I be a better person for them? No, it was literally like, oh, I never thought of it that way. It was just a different perspective. And then being with this person ultimately led me to the umbrella of being able to heal from past trauma, being able to grow, being able to like take the time to take care of myself so that I can be who I'm supposed to be.
Right. That's fascinating. So can you have a soul tie, a twin flame, a soulmate, and a soul tie all in one relationship? Can one person be all of those things and then someone even talk about? I don't even know.
I feel like that's a lot.
I feel like that's a lot. But I'm going to say, why couldn't you have that? I mean, if we have all these other things, what is stopping one from being all? While I have ever met them or met somebody in that situation, I'm pretty sure that somebody has had this situation. It's just not publicized and maybe they're too traumatized to talk about it.
Exactly.
But do I think it could happen? Absolutely. I think it could happen.
I think it's a train wreck.
Yeah, that's a lot of karma being served at one time.
Yeah.
Hot flaming karma. Here, just take it. Take the karma. Take the
karma. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a train wreck. If you do have that, that's gotta be chaotic, a relationship if you have that. Yeah. And I we don't know, but we're gonna ask y'all if you guys have had any of these things: soul ties, soulmates, twin flames, life partners, or the combination of the four, or anything else we didn't talk about.
Confess.
Send us your email at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com and like, share, subscribe. You know how to do all that. So we're going to read it on the air. And we're going to do it a couple of weeks, probably an email appreciation, because we've done it
Oh, wait.
before.
Is it time for listener email day coming up?
For us to do another one. And I would really love
I love listener
to
email day.
share some of your comments from on this show matter, because I do think that we don't awfully think about the spiritual realm when it comes to relationships and how it can manifest, and then it can cause havoc in our lives. It can also be a blessing. So, Miss Katie, what about you down there? Have you had more than you say you had a soul tie, but have you had the soulmate, life partner, and the twin flame? I don't think I've had a twin flame.
I think I've had almost all of the above, and I can almost sort of point out whom's whom. And in some cases, I've had multitudes in some cases. So I believe one of the things I'm into is I really get into kind of love cards and stuff like that. So I actually, anytime I meet a new person, I look them up. It's what I do. I look them up online and I look them up in the book. So I've been able.
Wait. What? You looked them up online and on a book? What book?
You looking on them online? Make sure they ain't been to jail.
Right, I know that, but she says about a book. What book do you look them up?
Yeah, so I use a love card book.
A love card book.
Yes, where I get their information. I find out what their card is, what their past life experiences are, and where they intertwine with mine. And I find that a lot of people that I have found to be, pretty important or pretty critical in my life, when I look them up, I often end up finding their card in my list of places, and I can almost point to where in my spread I'll find them at. So I know for a fact that my best friend, she is one of my twin flames, or she is my twin flame. I believe that we've done this. We chose to do this over and over and over again. Every time we go into a new plane, we're like, yeah, let's go. Let's see what's up at this next place. So I feel like with her, we've done this a few times, not just a second time. I feel like my husband is my life partner. For what I could tell, we do have karma, but I think the karma is I am actually his mirror. I am him. I am him.
Is you and you is him.
No. See, the thing is he is me a generation behind, and that's going to sound really weird, but what he's going through now is what I've gone through in a past life. So I'm actually here to show him, if you do the right things, this is where you can go kind of in your next step. So I've kind of been here sort of as a guide, and I've never told him this, but when I read right on it, I was like, that makes so much sense to me. And I also feel that he is here to be my life partner, and he kind of has been here to help me, and I help him, and we've helped each other a lot in ways that no one else has ever done for either one of us in our lives. And the second we saw each other, it was like, hey.
Wow, that is
everything else in the world be darned. Hey.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So, and like I said, I feel like I've had quite a few people that I've encountered. Some of them people that's been in my life for a long time, or some may have been shorter, that I've been able to kind of find a karmic, either their karmic cousin or a karma, have some previous life karma with them that needed to be cleared up before they were able to run back off, or vice versa.
Wow. So the idea behind this show, and thanks for Katie, for everybody for sharing, your soul ties and your soulmates. And I want to give a special shout out to Cosmo Pop Magazine for featuring me, and also for the writer, by the way. Her name is Rachel Varina. Varina, I think it is Varina. She's one of the writers. So thank you, Rachel, for the feature in the magazine. And listen, don't forget to contact us by email and text us, and Facebook and all those social media handles at Brown Sugar Confessions. Because I hate to say it, y'all, but we're out of time, right?
Oh,
no,
that was so fast.
That went fast. Face. That went really, really fast. And this show has really been an interesting show. And I'm serious. I really hope everybody does decide that's listen, to write in and share their experiences with us. And I also want to give a big shout out to Power 101 and everybody at the station for broadcasting the show every week at 11 o'clock. And like we have a huge segment market right now in our area. We've got some new projects coming. We're not going to tell you what it is, but we've got some new things that are happening. We're going to drop some things. So I guess that's going to be it for tonight, huh? That sucks that we had to end it. But you guys know that we are Brown Sugar Confessions. I am Belle. And you know what we say, stay safe and play safe. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.